I loves me some 1 degree of Chunky B.
Now, I just have to make a comment about Chunky B. Have you ever seen him looking so good?
The panel then includes actress Lady Kazan, comedian Chunky B, and Playboy TV host Julie Strain. Chunky?
What was the question?
I was walking down the lane, looking for my penny. I'm walking down the lane, looking for my penny. And I looked down to the ground, found a nickel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage of Love. This is 1 degree of Chunky B. Say hello to Paul right off the bat.
What's up, my friend?
Bushnell.
Bushnell, it is.
All right.
Bushnell. Yes.
All right, let me put that. Dude, you're awesome.
Nice to be here, man.
All right,
Spontaneous combustion right there.
Yeah.
we're hitting the ground running. Real quick, let's go around the table. You guys just met Paul. Say hello to executive producer of Love, Gary Adler.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, Chunky. I'm very excited to have this guest tonight.
So am I.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why in a second.
There we
But
go.
let's give you undivided attention to the digital ninja, Penny Lane.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. We'll be talking to her later.
Can you start looking up some information, because the only guy who did research is our executive producer. Paul, let me tell you something. You came to us, sorry for the schedule change.
No worries, man.
I'm excited you're here. I've done very little research,
Okay.
but that makes you just like every other guest. Look at me. I was acting serious for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Why break the habit of a lifetime?
Okay, I'm going to ask you a series of questions so the folks at home can dial in. Where were you born?
Dublin, Ireland.
You're fucking kidding me.
No,
Really?
I'm a little Patty, little Irish.
Okay, check this out. Where do you live?
I live in Culver City, California.
Where's your favorite place to vacation?
Oh wow. Only really been there once, and it was kind of a working vacation. I loved Tokyo.
Ooh, look at
Crazy.
you going deep there. Okay, I
Crazy.
dig that. Your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. Okay, I don't mean to freak you out. I just want to show you something right off the bat, how much we're in tune. Okay, see that? Paul, I want you to pick a number.
Got it.
Say it out loud.
3.
Don't tell me I don't know my fucking guest, people.
It's a lucky number.
Don't even tell me I don't know fucking my guest. I don't need research.
Easy. Let's introduce
Pencils
Paul
out.
properly, can we?
I'm impressed and I'm scared.
Right on.
I'm frightened.
Paul's a bass player. And,
As you can tell by my guitar playing.
right, you're thinking, like, who does he play bass for? How about everybody? Give us your verbal resume. Bust it down.
Oh wow. Well, right now you probably see me most with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, and through the years I've played with Elton John, Phil Collins, Shakira, mostly recording. I'm primarily a studio guy, but I'm on the road with Tim and Faith. I've been on the road with Tracy Chapman. I've been on the road with a woman in France named Mylène Farmer, who's kind of like the French Madonna. Nobody knows her here. She could walk down the street.
What's the name again? No,
Her name is
look it up.
Mylène, M-Y-L-E-N-E, Farmer, as in farmer.
Right on.
She's French-Canadian, but moved to France years ago.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
She's
You know, by the way, Chunk, I just want to say this. I have the shades
Your
on.
I was
The
gonna say, why are
shades.
you wearing your sunglasses at night?
Always when a musician is
But
here.
I know every time there is, he does wear the
Kind of a
shades.
big deal.
But Adler, even through the shades, I saw you give me a funky look when you said introduce our guest.
Yeah.
But was I supposed to talk about your shades?
No, not at all.
Okay, what was that look for?
No, because
He's wearing sunglasses.
this guy has such an interesting history and such an interesting job.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of people we have on our show, whether
Yep.
it's a comedian or an actor or an author. We just
Right.
had an author on the show.
Yeah.
But this guy has lived. He's lived 10 lives.
Couple of
okay?
lives.
Right.
Couple of lives at least.
Yeah, and so I want to talk about what it's like on the road with these major stars.
Okay.
And
How-
just let's hear the ups and downs, man.
Check it out. Okay, how about let's settle in and get to know each other?
Yeah.
This is the feel out
I'm
section.
Gary.
I just met.
I
Paul.
feel some
Feel
warm and
outside.
fuzzy
Yeah.
coming. I feel
feel
some
some
warm and
love.
fuzzy.
We'll do a group hug.
Get the first base
I had,
first.
hello, no pun intended.
Hey.
Hey.
Fucking Adler wants to go to third base before he even fucking kissed the
Yeah,
guy.
you gotta like work up to it, honey.
Jesus.
Chicken.
Criminy.
Chicken.
Chicken.
No,
Yeah.
that's when I go. You know the
Wow,
story.
you don't want to get denied that quick. Gotta work up to it.
I want to tell
Work
you
up
a little bit about our background.
Yes, sir.
We're music. I don't want to say junkies, but I did see Jerry Garcia for 140 shows before he passed. But I came out of the Robert Cray camp.
Okay.
You know, he kind of
A
molded-
badass, man.
Yeah, he molded my musical influences to New Orleans. I'm all about the funk out
right.
of New Orleans. I happen to be friends with George Porter Jr. Now, do you know who he is?
I must admit I don't.
Okay, he's a cat out of New Orleans.
Okay.
He's
Funky Meters.
The Funky Meters. He's out of.
All right,
Like
all
you know,
right.
he wasn't in Neville Brothers. But will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
And look up George Porter Jr.
George Porter
And I want to
Jr.
let you know, he'll rock your world.
He rules.
Okay.
All right.
Bass. When did you pick it up and why did you start?
Okay, simple answer to a simple question. 17 years old in a church choir. And
Hail Mary.
I'm playing Hail Mary.
Amen.
And I'm playing acoustic guitar, and the bass player is, he's late. And we're about to get going. And somebody hands me the bass guitar and says, you can,
Fake it.
You can do that. Yeah.
That's
And that
awesome.
was it.
Changed your
now,
life.
I have to
Solid.
say, there's a little bit in the blood. My father played bass. My grandfather played upright
Okay.
bass, like
Right on.
symphony bass. So
upright
it's in
bass,
the
okay.
it's in the blood. But that was it. That was the transition right there.
I have so many questions, just for like detail purposes, because that's kind of what makes me tick. But I want to go into storytelling.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me. Okay, let's go through it.
What's the craziest thing that happened on stage?
That's too vague.
That's not too
That's
vague.
no, dude, I like the vagueness. I like the enthusiasm.
Paul, what's
Okay,
the craziest thing that happened to you during a concert on
Paul,
stage?
I want to ask you a
Or on
question.
the
What's the
road.
craziest thing that ever happened on stage?
I would say it had to be, the classic trouser split when you go for you go to bust a move and suddenly there's a lot of ventilation happening in the rear door.
Are you a mover and a shaker on stage?
I could show you a picture or two. There's the I can.
Do you like jump? Like
I
kick,
jump.
Like splits?
I got
like,
your, you see, let me tell you something, okay? Not getting any younger over here, but working on the fitness. Mr. McGraw turned
Let's talk about him.
his a life of fun, shall we say, and indulgence into a life of fitness and commitment to health, and changed up his band. He had a band that was with him called the Dance Hall Doctors. He had them for years. They were a bar band. They started with Tim 22 or 23 years ago. He invited them to come on fitness with him. A few of them did. A few of them didn't really jump on board, and he gave them sort of fair warning because he needed to change his lifestyle.
How many pounds did he lose?
He lost about 45,
God, did he
50 pounds.
change?
Yeah.
He looks so different. He
Yeah.
looks so healthy.
He's crazy fit right now, and he's down to 5% body fat.
So it's really boring, is what you're saying.
okay,
Like,
Penny,
doesn't party.
Penny, please.
I
I'm
actually
just saying you
wouldn't.
can't party.
I
if
wouldn't
you're,
call
like,
him boring. Well,
healthy.
he parties in a whole other way. He'll party in a
Yeah.
whole other way with you.
Okay,
He's actually a great conversation. He's a really smart
What
dude.
does he talk about? Like
Are the
eating
shows better?
Chicken breasts.
I'm
and
not.
working out?
All right, we
Sorry,
cut her
but
off.
this is just really boring.
Cut her off.
But hey, what I was going.
Let me shut up. Hang on. Let me
Mama's-
pull her mic out.
Sounds great.
Let me pull her mic
Mama's
out.
been drinking.
Why I went there was 4 years ago I would not have been able to leap up and bang my knees
Oh.
off my chest while I'm playing bass guitar, like pulling
Impressive.
a flea. But I'm all night doing that now. We get kind of crazy up there.
Oh, I love
Are you on? Are you I'm obviously not on the road now, but are you still signed on with that band?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So you'll go on the road when he goes on the road.
We'll go back on the road probably mid-April. We'll head into rehearsal. We got a whole new show to put together. So
When he does his appearances, are you there?
uh,
Like if he does Jimmy Fallon or whatever?
oh yeah.
That's super cool. Man.
Like
That's awesome.
there are only maybe one or two. There's a thing happening in December with the Symphony Orchestra in Nashville, and it's only 2 songs that he and Faith are doing. Not worth bringing me in because the orchestra dude is fine and will play it, and it'll be done in 5 minutes. So for them it's saving a little money for the Christmas presents.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, Paul, I did some. Penny, I know you're deep into your 8th beer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but shut the fuck up.
Blah, blah, blah.
Do you hear her like moaning and groaning?
I know. She's like, oh, bass player. Oh my god.
Exactly.
I'm playing catch up over here.
I haven't seen her
Blah,
hands in
blah.
the last 20 minutes.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
She needs to buy a vowel or spin. She's over there talking like.
You can turn off my mic. I don't care. I'll just take a nap while y'all talk about
You're
it.
married. Mm-hmm. How's the road and marriage collide?
It's actually quite easy because when you get married, you make a decision, and it's part decision, part this wonderful thing called love. But you're either going to keep it straight or you're going to fuck it up. If you fuck it up, you fuck it up.
You got any punks?
Yeah, the punks are super cool, by the way.
Yeah,
Great
kids.
kids.
Hell yeah.
You got kids?
3 kids, daughter, almost 20.
Shut the front door.
No way.
Yeah. Second year in college.
How old are you?
Damn.
I am 52.
You must moisturize. You look fucking
I
young.
use at least 1.5 bottles of
Eye cream.
eye cream.
Cue the lotion.
Can I ask a question, Sean?
Of course you can.
All right, this guy's played with pretty much everybody on almost every album ever made. How many residual checks do you get a day?
Yeah, what do you pull
God,
in?
I wish more. It's a very pertinent question, though, because we're fucked as musicians now. Because the only way you can make money now is to be out playing live.
Yeah.
Because for the last 7 or 8 years, kids are not paying for music.
Yeah.
So if they don't pay for music, those lovely residual checks.
Right.
don't-
What
do
year did
not
you see
arrive.
that shit, just the hammer come down?
I'll tell you exactly when it happened. It could be 7, 8 years ago. I'm sitting, this is when I knew something was wrong. I'm sitting in the lunch, we're having lunch. No, we're waiting for what we thought was going to be lunch.
Right.
Recording with Lisa Marie Presley in Ocean Way Studios with Rob Cavallo.
Can she sing?
She can sing.
Really?
And she's funny as shit. I'll tell you
Really?
this. I'll tell you a story in a minute. Remind me.
Okay.
Rob Cavallo is producing. Rob became the head of Warner Brothers. He produces Green Day. He produces, you name it. Ozzy. He's done so much stuff. Rob comes in, walks into the room. We're sitting there waiting for Rob to come in, and he walks in and he's like, "Shit, fuck, shit, fuck." And we're like, "What's wrong, Rob?" He's like, "No fucking food budget." That's when we knew it was done. That was the moment that everybody looked at each other.
They
and was
actually
like,
cut down
the label.
food.
The label said no food budget. Because always it was like, you get a nice lunch and you
Right.
get a nice dinner and you go in and you play your
Per
ass
diem,
off.
a
And
little craft services.
right. That was it. Boom, done.
Can I tell you what his connection is to you?
Yes, as long because you're starting to enjoy the show. Keep in mind, you're cutting the show.
I'm all off on that.
Can you cut? Like I'm talking right now. Do you have a single?
Yes.
Okay, please, dude. I'm sitting here. You're fucking cross-eyed.
Do your job, goddammit.
So Lisa Marie,
you don't
right?
know.
Lisa Marie, I'm recording with her. This is a different day, and we take a lunch break. This is prior to the no lunch things, like a year before the no lunch thing. And we take a lunch break, and all the rest of the band is sitting in the studio getting ready to record. And Roger, the keyboard player, Roger Manning, incredible keyboard player, is not there. He was in Jellyfish, by the way, great band. Roger's not there, and we're all like, "Where's Roger? Where's Roger?" And then there's a moment of silence, and from the talkback inside the control room comes Lisa Marie's voice. Roger has left the building. And then of course we freeze for a second and then crack up, everybody.
Right.
And she says, "You think that's funny? I can't even say thank you very much after a song." She's like, "I can't even say thank you very much." She was crying.
That's a moment in music history.
She was having a laugh with her
But you know
father's
something?
legacy. You know?
I don't mean to go like deep into that quote.
It's all good.
Elvis has left the building,
Uh-huh.
but does I bet you know? But do you know? And Penny, do you know why that is so famous? Elvis?
I know that during they wanted him to come back for encores.
He never played an encore.
No, because he would have been mobbed, right? Like sort of at the end of his show, it would have been a riot. It would have been a riot.
I don't know if it had been mobbed, but he never played. He never played out of the U.S.
Weird.
He didn't even play Canada.
Chuck Berry as well. Chuck Berry would never
Really?
do
They
it.
never
Chuck Berry would get his brown paper bag with cash, and he'd be out the door before the last note was
Damn,
played.
he was
He'd be
out
And then he'd
gone.
get on a bus and bitch everybody out.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
He was a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He was an
Yeah.
asshole?
I was
yeah.
lucky enough to see Chuck Berry in my lifetime.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
phenomenal.
When were you born?
Don't worry about it, Penny.
All right, we're giving 3 seconds. We're unplugging that fucking. Mom has been drinking.
Turn the mic off.
Biggest asshole.
Oh.
You've been on the road with. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. You were in studio, but maybe not on the road with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Tell us about Miley.
She floated in and out. This is a while back. I mean, this is when I played on some Hannah Montana stuff, and then
Yeah.
Really?
I must admit, let me cut to Las Vegas last year, and I'm at a party in her suite, and she's the nicest girl on the planet.
Partying.
She was a total
Lines of
sweetheart.
blow.
No, I didn't see any. I saw a lot of very short people and very tall people and
Oh, that was the acid kicking in.
large cuddly animals and a monkey. But
Are you making that up, or
no,
is that
I'm
true?
serious. This was like the craziest party. But she was, oh, you're so welcome, and it's great that you came down, and I love Tim. And she was a sweetheart, you know. She was actually really cool.
You know, I met her when she was a little kid. Her dad was playing on his talk show that I was working on. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet girl.
You know, she's in this not horrible place, but a lot is expected of her, you know.
Yeah.
She's got a big machine.
The pressure's gotta be
huge pressure. She's got a
yeah.
huge machine behind her. She's paying a lot of people. She comes from a very straight up sort of background, and she's trying to rebel now. She's rebelling
Right.
like any of our kids
Bieber?
rebel quietly. She's rebelling loudly.
What's your take on Bieber? You want to punch him in the eye?
He's kind of he lost the plot a little bit. That humble little kid is gone. I don't know where that humble little kid went.
It was
but
replaced
he's
by
gone.
a douchebag.
Yeah,
He's
total
kind of
douche.
he needs to sort of go away for a while and reconsider, look in the mirror a bit, and
He was cute as a kid, but as an adult, not.
he just lost the plot a little bit, you know. I mean, it's easy. Everyone's saying you're great, I love you, man, you're amazing, and
Lost
nobody
his
says
mind.
no, and it's like Michael Jackson, you know. They lose any.
Paul,
any
let me ask you a question
Come on.
before Penny gets on my nerves.
I'm already on your nerves.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're awesome. Who do you want to play with that you haven't?
Oh God. I would love to be on stage at some point with Jimmy Page.
Ooh.
He is my favorite guitarist.
Nice.
I thought he was going to say Winston
would-
Giles.
I would just adore playing. Now, I have to say, I did get to play with a kid recently named Ray Gorin, who's probably only coming on 16 now, based in L.A.
Can you look him up?
Ray Gorin, Goren. He plays the blues. This kid is like Hendrix reborn.
Really?
Yes. He's
Hendrix.
crazy good.
Hendrix. I wasn't a big Hendrix fan
What?
until.
You're hot.
Okay, wait a second. You're working. You're working.
I'm working. I can multitask.
No, let's just do one task at a time. And you're working. I had the opportunity when I was actually hanging out with Robert Cray.
Okay.
And we were living in this big house in Bel Air. And Robert would put Hendrix on. And he would say, it can't be duplicated. Just because the strings were upside down and backwards and all that stuff.
Right.
And Robert Cray opened me to this world of music that I would never ever been open to. But Hendrix was in his own category.
You know, a movie just came out, right? Which was a biopic or whatever of Hendrix.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, or it's about to come out. I'm not sure. And I, you know, if you're going to do something as reverend as that, now I qualify this by saying I've heard about 45 seconds of music. And I think it's Andre 3000 is playing the part of Hendrix. And he actually, I heard him interviewed on NPR. He sounded really good, and he was doing Hendrix's voice, and he was the guitar playing was not Hendrix. They couldn't use any of his songs for a start, but whoever it was, and you know, I'm sorry if I know you, but whoever it was, almost caught it but didn't catch it. And I'm only agreeing with you that there is a uniqueness to Hendrix's swing and his feel and his tone. I mean, you know.
Hey, Paul,
There will only ever be one Hendrix.
if someone was going to go look you up online, where would they go?
Just released from jail website.
Felons are us.
Felons
Yeah,
are
right.
us.
No, seriously, if someone was going to go, hey, I want to check out Paul Bushnell, what's he's all about? Do you have a site? You got
I don't
anything
have
on
a.
it?
I don't have a.
Can they just Google
no,
you?
They can Google me. I mean, I'm on Facebook. I don't really. Hey, I play music. I don't really do that. You know, like
I
something
know.
like this is extremely rare.
I can
mean,
tell he's so modest.
He's totally modest. By
I'm-
the way, because our sons are friends. That's how I know Paul.
He's badass, son.
And
Your kids go to Ocean Charter.
yeah, and the humblest guy. He never talks about anything. Someone had to tell me what a badass he was.
Yeah.
And then I
Rock
looked him
star.
up, and I was like,
Rock
gotta have
star.
him on the show.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, Gary and I were part of a group of families that opened that school.
Really?
Do you know my wife is the business manager?
I did not know that.
I bet if my wife walked in this garage right now, you'd be like,
I
oh,
would say-
She's the office. Oh, that's
I
the
know.
office lady.
Yes, I owe you some money. Anyway,
right. Can you sing?
I can sing.
You
I
ever
sing
think-
backgrounds
Yeah.
with McGraw and with Faith and.
Oh, you do? You're on stage with a mic?
Oh,
They give
yeah.
you a mic
Oh,
after all the
hell
jumping
yeah.
around and shit?
Oh hell yeah!
I saw him on the Super. Was it the Super Bowl I saw you on, or Monday Night Football?
Monday Night Football.
You know, they have the band at the beginning.
Yeah.
I looked. There he was playing the bass.
How awesome is that?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
But you know what was awesome about that was, and this is what I love about Faith Hill. Faith, you know, I've been working with Faith for 13 years now, and she's had a rough last 5 or 6 years. This is what happens to an artist who becomes really big, and then her record label is completely scared to let her color outside the lines. They're like, no, you got to stay right in there, and we don't even recognize what that is. What do? You sound like a soul singer. You know, it's like, it's been hell for her to try to keep her career going. She's such a heartfelt, humble woman. She's really a beautiful woman. She called me up the day before that Sunday Night Football thing. I wasn't supposed to be on that. She came down to LA to shoot it, and she's like, Papa, my name is Papa, can you call Davey and see if you guys, will you come down? I feel so awkward in those situations. I'm going to be so scared, so nervous, and there's going to be, and it's going to be everything. And can you come down and just
Faith Hill saying this to you?
Yeah, can we just have some fun? We had a blast. We split the audience in two. My buddy Dave took that side of the audience. I took this side of the audience. We got them going crazy, and you can see it. I mean, she comes
Yeah.
out.
Where was this?
She's
It
electric.
was on the open.
I got
Monday
that.
Night
Do you remember the
Football.
opening of Monday Night Football? She comes out and with the legs and the
wait a
Stella
second.
McCartney dress and the,
Misunderstood. I thought you were doing an on location thing. No, that you were
No,
on
no,
the opening of the
yes.
fucking sequence.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
bro.
we
So you took
Remember
over
they dumped Hank Williams because he was a
Hank
racist?
Williams Jr.
Yeah.
Are you right about?
Now listen.
Don't
You remember that? You remember you were talking about residuals?
Yeah.
Right. Well, the NFL has some fucked up relationship with the musicians union, and we get diddly squat.
You know
they
what?
make millions and billions. We get diddly squat.
They're a non-profit organization.
Oh, that's
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
Nonprofit.
bullshit.
Hey, is that show Nashville based on anyone you know?
The show I've never watched. I don't know. A couple of people look vaguely familiar.
Right.
The essence thereof, I think they couldn't get too close because they don't know them that close.
Right,
you know?
right.
As do the tabloids not know them that close too. All the crap I've seen on the tabloids about, you know, it's such
But-
incredible bullshit.
Paul, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you were single, how much vagina did you get on the road
Let me see. Probably. Yeah, I was with one or two girls.
at a time?
At night.
Oh man, Mr.
Such a
Three-Way!
thrill.
I knew it. Shh.
Stop now.
All right, check it out. We're gonna take a little break. You're gonna do a promo, and then maybe Penny's gonna be dropping in the
Maybe.
Yeah,
halftime.
Yeah, we need a segment from
I'll
Penny
drop
for
in.
sure.
Okay, Paul, don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
You guys, we're blessed
What's
to have
this?
Paul Bushnell. All right.
Look him up, folks.
Yeah. Garage of Love, 1 Degree of Chunky B, chunkyb.tv. You got Adler, you got Penny, you got Paul. We're going to be back right after this. Bam. You guys are awesome.
Sweet.
You guys have got to check out our brand new sponsor, Venice Duck Brewery. You want to get your quack on? Taste some of this. Hey, you guys. Music provided by Play Up Music. That's playupmusic.com.
Hey guys, I am Paul Bushnell, and you are watching 1 Degree of Chunky B.
Ever ask ask if I'm rolling because I've been rolling. This was me being. Yeah. Oh, you're such a dick. Check this out. See what I'm dealing with? I swear to God, how do I soar like an eagle when I'm hanging out with these turkeys? Check this out.
Oh my God, that is so fucking corny, bro. But
It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Check this out. Tell your friends. 1 Degree of Chunky B. ChunkyB.tv. They're gonna be shopping. They want to go see you. You know what's crazy? They can actually watch and listen to you on 1 Degree of Chunky B and shop. Go through Amazon and check it out. We get a little bit of kickback, and if we get a kickback, we buy Penny Lane a burger. But check it out.
And a muzzle.
I definitely need a
Muzzle.
and a burger.
We are blessed to have great friends that have great beer. Venice Duck.
Which I am enjoying right now.
It is a
I will
good beer.
have to
Well,
say.
actually, let me fill you up a little
Thank
bit.
you very much.
Delicious.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Being Irish, yes,
all good on
partial.
camera here.
Partial.
Yeah.
And remember, you
Really
can't
good.
come in the garage of love and leave without a little VD.
Venice Duck.
Venice Duck.
If you want to get your quack on.
Hello.
There you go. It's all about the hops.
Yeah. Adler, during the break, you were talking about a connection of some sort.
Well, listen, we named the show 1 Degree of Chunky B because you know everybody.
Yes.
This might be a second degree, but there might be a 1 degree in here somewhere.
Elaborate.
Our man Paul Bushnell here
Yep.
put boxing Gandhis. Let's talk about it.
Shut.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
dude.
serious?
I swear to God.
You're withholding information.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Do you know Gary Pavlika?
No, but I'm
were in
I'm
boxing.
like 90, 92, 93,
Oh, okay,
94
okay.
boxing Gandhis. Straight after Davey Farragher
Boxing Gandhis. I think it was after your time.
with Bree, with Ernie Perez,
Yep.
with Fredo.
The Gila Monsters. You ever play with them?
No.
Yeah, that was a small band. They were piggybacking off of you guys. Why didn't Boxing Gandhis? They were so good.
No, man.
So good, so good, so good. And for me, those were my real early days in Los Angeles, and they were the best. They were the best. Those guys are so funky. I was like, I've never been anything like this in my life, because in Dublin there was some funk, all right, but it wasn't that deep,
Yeah.
Great, but it was a time capsule, and I don't think it was of another time almost. It was so beautifully retro and so beautifully funky, but what was happening in the early 90s, it was grunge was it was starting to hit the radio.
Right,
It was
right.
like it was out of place, out of time, but
When do you
with
think-
loyal, beautiful
But
fans.
they're still gigging around. They
they're
just
still
started
killing.
again.
Yeah. No,
Right.
I've heard.
Look them
I've
up,
heard.
folks. They're a great band.
The Boxing Gandhis.
Yeah, they were on
Really?
K Rock for a little bit.
Do you think funk lost its spunk?
It got a little, it was kind of snipped a little, yeah.
When do you think? I'll give you my opinion after yours.
Oh, good God.
Exactly. James Brown. Good God. That's my take.
You think?
I think he, the Godfather of funk. Even though it's still has a pulse in New Orleans. Okay, with the funky meters, and there's some younger cats coming out. But I think funk, you don't have the Bootsy Collins anymore.
Funk got neutered a little bit because I think it, there was always something fucking dirty and nasty about funk. And
Yep.
it somehow got sanitized. And that was, I think, because kids started going to music school on some level and learning how to play there. And there was no beer in music school. There may have been after, but they learned too much. You
No
gotta
mistakes.
learn from
They're
the
too
shit on the
polished.
floor.
I never even thought
You gotta
about
learn
that.
from the shit on
I
the floor.
never thought that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it got too clean.
Funk got neutered and lost its spunk.
Most
That's
of the
what he
guys,
was saying.
yeah, that's it.
In a nutshell.
Finally, you're paying attention. Who influenced you?
Okay. In the very beginning, I grew up in a suburban Dublin household, but listening to Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Oscar Peterson, Stevie Wonder, Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Nice.
I mean, that was my mid late '60s, early '70s.
I was about to get a vibe from you. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Was that?
Yeah. Earth, Wind, and Fire they were more like party for me. There was something a little deeper about Chicago, like Blood, Sweat, and Tears got into some real deep writing, real convoluted and quirky.
Speaking of, that slides right into a cat that I never got to meet, but I met his brother. Stevie Ray Vaughan, was he? Was he?
Dude, I got a story for you. I got a Stevie
You
Ray.
got break it down.
Yes, this was crazy. Let me see. It was probably 89 going into 89, maybe end of summer 89. If I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure, end of summer 89, the Oulu Festival in northern Finland. And I'm playing with a woman named Mary Coughlin, who's an Irish blues, Celtic blues. Now, this woman had kind of like 1 octave vocal range, but in that 1 octave,
She nailed it.
she'd tear your fucking heart out.
Right on.
She was fantastic, right? And crazy. Brilliant band. A lot of improvisation going on. Stevie Ray is headlining. We're the second to headline. We go on stage and start playing, and after the first song, we notice at the side of the stage, Stevie Ray standing there. And he's watching like a hawk. He's watching all of us, right? He stands side stage for the entire show. And as we finish our last song, he walks out on stage. The headliner walks out on stage, comes over to every one of us, and literally says, I had no idea there was cats like that in Ireland. He said. And he gave us all a hug and then went back side
And you're not
stage.
even off the bandstand?
We're not even off the bandstand. People are just finishing applauding. Mary's just left the stage, and Stevie Ray's on the stage with us as we're unplugging our instruments.
How awesome is
And
that?
then I'm in studio 6 months later, taking a lunch break, recording a project that changed my life, and we see that he's just died on the helicopter.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to jump in because
Jump right in.
I was living with Robert Cray
Uh-huh.
at that time, and they announced on the LA radio, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Robert Cray go down in a helicopter out of that festival out of Minnesota, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Pine something?
And yeah, and then
Right. So I'm sitting there going,
Oh, shit.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I was a young kid back then, and he tucked me under his wing and gave me a lifestyle that I to this day thank him.
Beautiful musician, Robert.
Yes.
Cray. Beautiful.
If you go to Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, that's his album. Last name on special thanks. Hello. Yeah.
Not
Penny,
looking at anyone in
Penny, I'm
particular.
on an album.
Kind of a big
By the
deal.
way, another famous bass player we had on, Richard Cousins.
Who is Robert's?
Right.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Look it up, folks. I think it's episode number 4.
So he dies in a helicopter. You've got that experience. So you're so tapped into the music scene. And I know we talked first segment about you singing with a microphone. Would you ever head up? Would you ever be,
I actually did once in the sort of early 90s. There was a, Genghis Khan down on Fairfax, right? Fairfax Melrose. There was an amazing scene happening there in the early 90s. There was Danny Peck, who I think is probably still actually pops in every now and then and performs, who to me was like Stevie Wonder meets Bob Dylan playing an acoustic guitar, like funky and soulful and crazy deep in what he was saying. Poetry like Yvonne de la Vega and Michael Sherwood playing key. And I was thought, I'm going to put something together. So I'm all influenced by some of the people I'm meeting in Los Angeles. So I put together this kind of hip hop rock thing with socio-political lyrics, but my Irish Catholic guilt has me paying everybody. And I'm fucking broke after a couple of weeks. I got nothing. That was it. That was it. I couldn't afford it. It was like, that's done. But I am writing a show right now. I'm actually writing if you want to call it a musical, but like a rock soul musical.
And where do you see it being played? On stage,
I
multiple
see,
people,
I see it
rock opera.
Rock opera, yeah,
rock opera. I see it with a lot of, and I know who. I've already spoken to the person I want to front it, and it's starting to
I did get
fall
your text, and I
in
want to
place.
thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome, man.
I thought it was mum's the word.
Bring the harp, yeah. Just
Bring
between us. Yeah.
Did he
Just in case.
Are you still switching buttons? Because you're starting to, there's Adler, like, you're not watching, you're making.
I'm actually sleeping.
Really?
Go ahead. No, it's
I'm
a great
that
show.
interesting.
It's a great show.
Really in front of our guests.
It's a joke, man. I'm fucking fascinated because I suck at music. I'm only good at listening to it.
How much money are you pulling in?
Um,
You making some money?
All right, that's not a fair question.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I
How much
asked
money
him-
are you making?
I was about to ask you for a loan.
I'll tell you something, but I'm doing all right for a guy who plays music in Los Angeles.
Does the road ever wear you down?
No, because with Tim and Faith, who are the only people I really tour with right now, it's done in a very civilized and humane way. They have kids.
You're well taken care of.
We're well taken care of. I fly out on a Thursday. We work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I fly home on Monday morning.
Do your kids get to ever go with you and hang out?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And here's how cool the McGraws are. They brought a bus just for families, so you could book the bus.
Well, didn't she write a kid's
for
book?
5 or 6 days.
She wrote a kid's book a couple of years ago. Do you know
Did
that?
I
She
didn't
wrote a
know
kid's
that.
book.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I didn't even know that.
Okay, so check this out. What?
Nothing, dude. We're telling our guests to look up Faith Hill's fucking book. By the way,
Here, let me text you
can
right
you get
now
her
and
on
ask
the
for a
show?
copy.
Okay, wait a second. Look it up, Penny. Oh, look
Yeah,
at-
come on, Penny.
Dude, look at little Miss Droopy Eyes over here.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I know.
You know something?
I remember my second beer.
Yeah. I was going to say 2 beer limit.
This is 2.5, guys.
You can tell it's a double show night. Right? You can
Yeah,
tell. Look at
she'll
her.
be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah, right on. I love the just the road theory and how it's just like packing and unpacking and just buses to planes and stuff like that. I just don't understand how it doesn't wear the.
You have to get into a mental place.
Right,
When
you gotta
when
get your
go there.
mindset.
Oh, for sure. And it becomes the closer you can get to some sort of rhythm in every way.
Yeah.
The more you will enjoy the actual process. And it actually came down to a most beautiful Groundhog Day on this last tour, where you basically knew what was going to happen most of the time, and all of it was good. I mean, we do. I told you he keeps fit. We do a 2.5 hour
Nice.
CrossFit workout.
But see, the
in
thing,
the
you're
afternoon.
high dollar touring. You're high
We
dollar
are high
touring.
dollar touring, but
back in the day,
Dude, I've done the minivan.
The van.
I've driven the van. I've sat in the van
Right.
for 18 hours in snow over Mount Shasta. I mean,
Yeah.
And I've had people. I've had the rest of the band sleeping in the back for days.
and you're cruising through a snowstorm, trying to get your next gig.
Yeah.
Change the subject. If you didn't play the bass, did not like music, what would you do?
Oh gosh, I think I would like to be probably working on a SpaceX project, or.
Are you a Trekkie?
I'm a bit of a science.
Are you
I'm a bit of a
semi-nerdy?
science dude.
I would never.
Are you
really?
I'm a
following
science
the,
dude. Yeah.
The space station. You ever follow that thing?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The cameras on that thing.
Oh
It's super
yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah. No, it's mega. I mean, to me, that's us boldly going where.
Did you get beat up in the playground when you were like 5th grade?
I'll tell you something. I never got beat up in the playground. I left a trail.
Because you were too
of
busy
broken-
banging the chicks.
Trail-
Look at this. He's a
trail
good-looking
of
guy.
I know, man.
Benny, would you bang him if he was single?
That question's irrelevant.
It is irrelevant. It's a terrible question.
He's married,
Seriously,
that's
would you bang him?
Let me put you on the spot.
You can answer off the mic.
Okay. Change the subject. Tell us a joke.
Oh God. Holy.
I'll give you one.
moly.
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
You know something? Because that's a stupid question.
Okay.
But I want to give you a joke.
Please.
And you can take it. Oh my God. Tim McGraw. Can you tell Tim McGraw this joke?
For sure.
How do you get a fat chick in bed? Piece of cake.
How do you get an old person in bed?
Come on.
Depends.
You just fucked up my joke. Let the guy finish his chuckle with a funny joke, and you do a diaper
Sorry.
joke.
Okay, I got a
Sorry,
joke.
man.
Wait.
All right,
Oh,
Penny's got a
Ready?
joke.
Ready?
Good Lord, here
Does
we
anyone
go.
know San Diego around here? Has
Yes.
anybody been to San Diego?
Yeah, it's
What do you
south of here.
call a fat hooker from Oceanside?
A fat hooker from Oceanside.
What do
Wait
you
for
got?
it. Wait for it.
Hold on. What? Go.
A heavy marine layer.
Hey-o! Ladies and gentlemen, Penny Lane.
Woo! Bringing it.
All right, Chunk.
I know we're getting sloppy, but Paul, I want to first of all thank you,
So welcome.
and I want you to walk out of here saying you had a good time.
I'll work on that one.
Oh,
Really? Are
we can show you a good
I had
time.
a great time, my friend.
Did you really?
I'm coming back tomorrow night.
Awesome.
Some more of
And
this
every
beer
other
and some
night.
good company, please. Thank you very much.
You know what we're
very
gonna
much.
do?
This has been fun.
Okay.
Real
hey,
fun.
You know something, Adler? You nailed it.
Thank you.
sat there and said Paul Bushnell.
Bushnell with an E.
Right.
Yeah.
An E.
Bushnell.
Bushnell.
Right.
You keep saying nil for some reason.
He's on
Because
Bushmills
he's a soccer player and he's from Ireland.
And I never scored, so nil.
Burn.
Okay, when did you leave Ireland?
Ironically, Chunky never saved a goal. So
I left Ireland.
Heyo.
I was a keeper.
I left Ireland in 91.
91. That was a good year.
You were raised in Dublin?
Yep.
But I tell you what, you've slowed down on the Irish
On
accent.
the
Your accent's
on the
like-
Lucky Charms. I left my Lucky Charms back
Yeah.
home. You get me in a pub in Dublin.
Can you play up the accent real quick? Because
What
the
are
Irish
you,
accent's
what are you
really
talking
hot.
about, girl? Don't be talking about that.
That's fucking hot.
Can you
I
say
don't talk like that.
blue moons, yellow stars?
Hello. No, I'll teach you. Are you ready? I'll teach you how to say something with
Okay,
with a
let's do it.
perfect Irish accent.
Here we
Okay.
go.
It's perfect.
Large mammal that swims in the ocean.
Well,
Well.
Whale. Black substance found underground.
oil.
Oil. Another word for the like a slaughtered cow, beginning with the letter
Butcher?
B.
Butchered.
Beef. Right?
Beef.
When you catch a fish, you say I have
Hooked.
Say them together. Whale,
Well,
oil, beef, hooked. Whale, oil, be fucked.
Well, or be fucked.
Whale, I'll be fucked.
On that note,
No.
no.
No, I will write it down. And you know what we're gonna do? No, we're gonna play ourselves out. Executive producers.
yes, play us out, people. Let's go. Let's do this.
Come on.
Let's do this. We got this, guys.
Come on.
I love it.
All right. Oh my God.
But
Ladies and gentlemen,
there is one.
thank you for tuning in to 1 Degree of Chunky B.
It's getting real in here.
Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm
Close
gonna
it
do
up.
this. Sponsored by Venice Duck Brewery. Everybody,
What?
get your quack on. Here we go.
Say goodnight to Paul.
Good night,
He's
Paul.
from Ireland. I think you understand. He's the coolest man in the land. We are D-O-N-E. See you later.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe
awesome.
one of the funnest fucking interviews we've had in 52 weeks.
Great. That was
Fucking
great.
A.